Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the E25. It's the Tier 7 German premium tank destroyer. It's located on the northeast spawn of Live Oaks, and this one's under the command of SlyMeerkat. And yes, he's on the way to 3 marking this little terror, the cockroach. And well, he's already started and he's off to a good start at that because he's got his first mark up. Now, you may have seen a replay on Live Oaks by SlyMeerkat recently. It's quite a good one. I think this one's even better, actually. 75mm gun, capable of 135 alpha, penetrating 150mm with standard ammo, but because he's marking it, he's got APCR and he will do 194, and he just got rammed by the T-52, who really, honestly, should be thinking twice about doing something like that. He's actually, disturbed Sly and actually stopped him from getting his first shot on target. Now, hopefully, that T-52 will keep driving erratically and he'll be out the game. Okay, Sly's asking for fire on that 45 TP. His frantic use of the T key tells people, I want that target struck. Now, he needs the premium ammo because he's marking. If you're marking, you need to do as much damage as possible. And that means making sure that every round that strikes a target penetrates rather than just bouncing off like that one did. It must have been an unlucky one that hit the tracks on that 45 TP. He's getting into it now. He's only trying to get the outline before falling back to use the bush mechanic. He doesn't really want the enemy to see him, because if they do, they will fire at him because they know how damaging a E25 is. Standard reload is 2.88 seconds. Sly's got it down to 2.36. And pumping out 1 round every 2 seconds can be really deadly to an enemy tank. He's trying to stay within the tree, or the fallen tree, so that he stays hidden. He's starting to penetrate the 45 TP. Now that one flew over the engine deck, I think, but he's also decided he needs to move elsewhere. Now, he did think about going behind that other bush, but the Jagdpanzer 4 is trying to use that. Now he's spotted the Type 64. Oh, no, he's gone. SU-100 got him. And now we've got a Sture Mill. Sture Mill means actually angry mill. At least I think it is. He's now penetrating that T-34, and although that one didn't hit, and that one as well, I think he was hitting the tracks there. He's now starting to get pens again, and 2 more shots and that guy's out the game. Yeah, he's got his first kill. Okay, can he do something about these other guys? Now, the Jagdpanzer 4 is actually trying to use that position to fire. He's staying way back and asking for other people to spot for him, so he can use his gun depression over that ridgeline. Okay, Sly's decided it's not enough for him to work with there. I think he might be about to go down the railway line and see if he can attack the enemy from a different direction. Okay, NVIDIA series tanks, there were 6 of them. There was the E50, the E100, E75, and of course the E25, which was actually supposed to be the replacement for the Hetzer. Never actually got put into production, but apparently 5 were built by Alkets, but none of them were prototypes. Now this little thing scurries around the battlefield at 65 kilometers an hour, so it is very fast, almost as fast as a light tank, and it does have very good camera qualities. Okay, he did get spotted there, and I think it was the budgie that saw him. Changing position again. Might be able to get a better angle on that budgie. Or sight him. And the enemy SU-100 M1 has gone down, so he doesn't have to worry about what's to the left of him because that guy's dead. But he does have to try and get rid of this budgie now, and the budgie's come up over. Yep. Oh, now that was unfortunate. Polish tank pulled back before he could get a shot into the top, and now we've got a Skoda T25. Now that's the one with the autoloader, but the good thing about the E25 is it fires so quickly, it actually fires as if it is an autoloader. Now he keeps turning around. I think he's undecided about where he's going to go next. He's decided to pull back and see if he can get those guys from a different angle a little further back. He might be able to go over the railway line, get behind the bushes and try and tempt the Skoda in. Or is he going to go around to a different... Well, it looks like he's going round to the other side again, back to where the Jagdpanzer field was. No, he's decided that he needs to pull back even further, back to the cap area. And yes, we have lost the Baguette Panther. And so it looks like the enemy is on a push on the railway line. He's trying to get a defensive position set up. Oh, he didn't lay the tree down exactly as he wanted to. I think he wanted to push it forward. He ended up pushing it back. So he's kind of got a... He's partially got a tree there to work with. The T-34-85 needs to get back as quickly as he can. He's not moving particularly fast, but I think the enemy is going to be coming over that ridgeline very shortly to make a quick dash to our cap. They've got a Budgie, a Skoda and a Cromwell. And they haven't come over that ridgeline, so makes you wonder if they're actually pulling back to their own cap area, because our guys are making a push on the west side of the map. Okay, we've got IS-2 shielded. That's better. Low roll. That one didn't go through, got the armour. Okay, he's now got sight of the IS-2 shielded. He's asking for fire. The Jagdpanzer is trying to help him, I think. That one went through the cupola. One more to kill. If he's lucky. No, he doesn't. He's not lucky. And there's the kill shot. So he's got 29 rounds left, which is half his ammo. More than half. Super Chappy getting really badly penned here. He could use an HE round, actually. He's worried about getting it hit into the tracks. And there goes his next kill, the third kill of the game. And that's the Super Chappy. Now he's kind of abandoning the cap area on the east side of the map. Now he's actually going over to the west side to try and support the guys who are actually making their run on the cap area. On the enemy cap. Gun depression on this tank is 8 degrees, so you can use ridge lines quite efficiently. But when the enemy does see you, they will try to hit you. And remember, there's that little cupola on top of the E25, which is a weak spot. And they will try to hit that if they can. The enemy's fallen back to that set of houses near the railway line. Gets one into the Cromwell. Well, he hit it, but he didn't pen. That one went through the tracks. And the Budgie's come back. So obviously the enemy was concerned about us possibly going around the outside and getting to their cap area. The Budgie's trying to use the ridge line, the railway line rather. That's why he's pulled back behind it. Oh, now he came over this side, unfortunately for him. That means now we have got clean shots on him. And that's the next kill. 4 kills. Okay, Skoda T25's coming to sight, but we haven't got a shot. He's up to just under 3k of damage. Here's the wreck of the Super Chappy, I believe. Trying to get position. He's not going to go for the cap whilst this is going on. Obviously, he's smart enough to know that under these circumstances, the best thing he can do is keep probing to find the right position. Oh, he's found the VK3601H. Now, E25s can make mincemeat of these things. One more shot. And he's got another kill. That's his 5th. The Skoda. Oh, Top Gun. Skoda came in sight briefly. That guy's got no armor really whatsoever. Very thin armor. So an APCR from an E25 is just going to carve its way through. Okay, well, there's only 2 enemies left, and one of them is just around the corner. It's a Hellcat. These are one-shots. Hello. That's 7. There's only 1 enemy left. It's the Cromwell. And he's just the other side of the Hellcat. the wreck. We're hiding behind it at the moment. Can we get this Cromwell as well? That would be a Radley's if he can do it, and it would win the battle. Trying to avoid the tree trunks. Now he can take some damage. He's got loads of health. So I just ride straight in, keep pumping those rounds into the target until he gets it. That's two. Now the kill. Yes! Rad kill! And a Radley Walters to finish the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for SlyMeerkat in the E25. He's really rocking it now because he's getting into his stride to get his third mark. He got a Reaper badge in that one for taking out consecutive tanks with consecutive shots. He actually got his second mark of excellence as well, so he's gone blue. And he's also, well, not in the sense that he's actually done team damage, he's actually gone blue on his mark, that is. He also managed to get a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage, 5 for effect for doing more damage to the hit points for his own vehicle, bruise the medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 16 in that one. I think a lot of those shots that didn't pen actually did hit the tracks and do track damage. And he earned a Radley Walters medal for getting at least 8 kills in that game. That's more than half the enemy team, as well as the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. So very good effort. Look at this win rate, 16,094. That's Super Unicum and quite a bit more, and shows that SlyMeerkat is moving into a different level of qualification. He's now getting to the level where he really does hammer the enemy. Like some of the top Unicums you see, the top players, even the streamers who are capable of getting anything like 6,000 win rates per game on a regular basis. Let's have a look at team score. Well, the high caliber on this one was 4,393 hit points of damage. Yep, the next highest player only was the Hellcat with 2,468. And after that, it was the T29 on his own team with 1,666. When it came to kills, yep, he easily beat the rest with 8 kills. The next highest player was the Cromwell. He only had 4, half as much. 2 kills went to the Hellcat, the Sturmill, and the Super Chaffee. And the Super Chaffee managed to get an All-X medal in that game. So obviously he was hitting higher tier opponents and getting kills. And when it came to base XP, yep, he stormed it, that one. Look at that, 1,824, a very high score indeed. 847 was the next highest one in the T52, who did survive the battle, and he got a Confederate. But obviously he needs to learn some manners, not to run into people whilst they're trying to shoot from firing positions. He needs to, get it together quick, because if he carries on like that, he's going to make a lot of enemies. A lot of people are going to be very unhappy with the way he plays if he does that. 684 was the score from the T29, the third highest base XP. SlyMeerkat fired 55 rounds in that game. He only had 5 rounds left right at the end. 43 direct hits on the enemy, 36 penetrations, 4,393 hit points of damage, of which 3,375 were at more than 300 meters. So you can see vast amount of the damage he was doing was at very long range. He received 1 hit. It was a penetration. Yep. 5 enemy vehicles spotted, 10 enemy vehicles damaged, 8 killed, 2,214 hit points of spotting assist. He earned 116,051 credits from the game, but after repair, ammunition, resupply, and consumables, and because he used consumables and APCR, he ended up with a loss, I'm afraid, for the game of 60,614 credits. 25 bonds for an achievement, and 2,736 experience points, plus 10,944 for completing a mission, 547 for this being a premium vehicle, and 14,227 experience points altogether. It just goes to show that he is really rocking this this tank, and it won't be long before we could see a 3-mark game in the E25. So, fantastic game by Sly. Thanks very much for sending this one in. We didn't expect that we were going to be doing another E25 replay so soon, but this one was definitely worth doing. As you can see, it's not just Sly who's having fun with the E25. Jamie 2006 is doing the same. And I think there's a lot of players out there who suddenly realize, yeah, this thing is actually quite OP in many, many ways and a lot of fun. Just have to get to handle that a very, very fast traverse, because if you drive it around too quickly and you start to aim at a target, all of a sudden you can find you've overcorrected and you're looking in the wrong place. And of course, you have to be aware that the enemy is going to keep firing at you because they consider you OP as well. If they see an E25, it's a primary target, especially for artillery. And I can tell you, I've wiped out quite a few E25s in my time with an artillery piece, because the moment I see one, I know that these guys are very dangerous. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.